friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for this pick-a-pile reading for the full moon in Capricorn happening today. This is a super full moon known as the buck full moon, and it's amplifying the energy around us to ground us, to recenter us, and to focus us so that we are able to sort of bring our intentions to fruition, releasing anything that is standing in our way. The energy of this super full moon is illuminating what needs to go. That is sort of the highlight. And because it's in Capricorn, not only is it going to show us what needs to go, but what's also going to help us move forward, help us to work towards, to bring our intentions into fruition and to release anything that could be limiting or blocking our path. So as you can see here, I have 11 decks that I'm going to use to create 4 piles so that you can choose your reading for the full moon. You're welcome to watch all 4 readings. You're welcome to select the reading that you feel most drawn to. The timestamps will be below, and there will be a image on the top of each pile that I will show you, so that, you know, to help you sort of choose which pile really connects with you. Now, as always, I am going to speed up the shuffling process. All right, see you in a moment. Okay, my friends, there are the 4 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. The timestamps are below, my friends. I will see you very shortly in your reading. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the pile with this image on the top card or the timestamp below, you have arrived at your reading. Okay, pile 1, let's get started. I haven't looked at your cards yet. See what messages you've received. You got 2 of those. Okay. Oh boy, very interesting. Okay, let's get all the cards out and then I will tell you what I'm seeing here. Not the right time. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so what we have here, pile 1, is an interesting mix of messages here. So we're definitely seeing a theme of needing to let go. We're definitely seeing a theme of needing to let go, and that forgiveness might be how you're going to go about this letting go. It feels like a very emotional moment right now for pile 1, really needing to release control and judgment, letting go through forgiveness, allowing the emotions, but also sort of responding rather than reacting, sort of releasing this reaction of being defensive, you know, and sort of taking a minute here. So what we see here through forgiveness and letting go, and we've got the 5 of Cups. So I feel like pile 1 must be having sort of some feelings about something from the past that you don't feel very good about. You know, you might feel sad about this. You might be feeling regret, remorse. You're having difficulty letting go of some moment that, you know, you had a lot of emotional attachment to here. So the Let It Go card says, once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and the guidance of spirit, as we only have your best intentions at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. This is very interesting. You could be seeing that let it go in the sense of needing to let go of control, because I really am seeing that here as well in the card, the face card that you selected maybe. It says here, practice radical honesty, connect with your intuition, release control and judgment. Your actions impact the world. Respond rather than react and allow emotion. It's the emotion card. So it's very interesting. You may need to sort of release this this feeling that you're holding on to from the past as it relates to a moment or a relationship or an experience, something here that, it's outside of your control. At this point, it's in the past, it's outside of your control, and I feel like there is something new on the horizon here for you. And we'll get into that in a moment. Now, the other message you got here was one of forgiveness. For some of you, your way of releasing this past attachment may be through forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving someone else. The card says holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful and has the capacity to heal and transform. So that may be how you're sort of going to find peace with this situation, is through forgiveness and releasing anger, releasing resentment, letting go of trying to control or judge some situation that may have hurt you, but it's in the past, and it may not be sort of worth hanging on to anymore. I feel like it could be creating a feeling of defensiveness and almost this feeling of feeling like you're stuck, like just being stuck in a moment here. The defensiveness card says defensiveness is a sign of weakness. I don't love the way that's written, but that's okay. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So regardless of how this card is worded, we are being guided to be in control of our response instead of having a reaction that is maybe emotional. Allow the emotion, let it out. But when you're communicating with, maybe there's someone else involved in this situation, in your communication, it will serve you to release that defensiveness, because this can be a sign that you have resentments and that you're hanging on to anger. And as a result, you feel guarded and defensive. And then, sometimes that can come out in a way that feels a little explosive. So this is very interesting, Pile 1. You're really being guided to release things from the past that aren't helping you move ahead. Now, this is very intriguing because you've got this card here, not the right time. So this is moving me towards this idea that if you're feeling like you're still hanging on to the anger, the resentments of the past, that it's not the right time to move ahead with anything new at this time. I feel like you're seeing this not the right time card if you're still holding these energies of sort of regret, remorse, anger, control, judgment, defensiveness. Once you're ready to move into forgiveness, and once you're ready to release and let go, I feel like you are going to be on your way to something brand new. We see the new life card here, which is one full of new opportunities, new experiences, new everything. So this could be very powerful, but I feel like this is dependent on whether or not you can let go of what's going on over here. It's very interesting. I feel like, again, once you are able to let go, which seems to be the theme of your reading, which really goes with this full moon, in terms of it's illuminating what we need to let go of. And I feel like you need to let go of some of these lower vibe emotions, these lower vibe feelings. I feel like once you do, you will be in store for something new, and there will be lots of celebration around you. You've received the ceremony and celebration card. It says here it's an important time of life passages. Could be a wedding, a birthday, graduation, anniversary, or just a brand new beginning. Something really to celebrate here for you, Pile 1. But I feel like it's very much dependent on whether or not you can release this other frequency of emotion that you may be holding on to. Now, you also received the Uncharted Sea card, which is a very interesting one because it really does sort of push us into a place that doesn't feel very comfortable. This is leaving the comfort zone. The Uncharted Sea is really this idea of leaving behind what might feel safe and sort of venturing into a new territory to explore and understand yourself on a deeper level. Now, leaving the comfort zone may look very different for all of you listening, but this is really a time to step outside of where you may have sort of been stuck. Like we were saying, like sometimes being stuck happens in the comfort zone because that's where we feel comfortable. We're reluctant to move from there. Even if it's not serving us, it feels safe, it feels familiar and predictable. And so this is very interesting. I feel like you're being guided away from your comfort zone here to manifest something very new, like we said, new life, and something that's going to be luck based. Look at that. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius, and you've got the manifestation card as well, which says soon you may manifest the goal you focus spiritual energies upon. But I feel like, again, you've got to surrender all of this other stuff first. This is a very interesting reading of sort of exchanging your current timeline for a higher timeline, but you've really got to be able to let this other stuff go. And it feels like it's very much rooted in a past experience. There will be a new timeline. There will be manifestation. There will be celebration just outside of that comfort zone. Very interesting. We also see here the multifaceted card, which says here, there are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person that you are asking about. So if the situation involving the past, I feel, has a lot of layers and dimension to it that are keeping you tied to this situation. It must have been something that you had formed a strong emotional attachment to, and you're almost reluctant to let it go, even if it's making you defensive and angry and resentful. It's like one of those situations where when we let something go, that's it. Then it's almost like we acknowledge that it doesn't have any space left for us anymore. And we almost have to be really honest with ourselves about that, because that can sometimes be the thing that keeps us attached, is that we don't want to let go, because then it's really over. And then we really have to get on with something else. And sometimes that in and of itself will keep us stuck. It's very interesting. You've got two cards here, FYI, that add up to 10. You've got a 37 here and a 46. So I really feel like you do have a new beginning on the way here. And card 39 reduces to 12. So that's very interesting. I can't help but think that you're evolving through this experience, and you're at the stage where you must let go and accept this, even if it's outside of the comfort zone. I feel like even if it's very layered and there's lots of details around this situation, it feels like it's time. Now, the final card you've got here is the angelic frequency. It says, angels are here, you are safe, and there's a very strong and potent connection between you and spirit right now. I can't help but feel like pile 1 is being guided very carefully and delicately towards this ending of something, towards releasing an experience without anger, without resentment, with forgiveness. Let's not forget that you received this forgiveness card. Maybe you need to forgive yourself. Maybe you need to forgive someone else. And you certainly don't need to phone them up to forgive them. You can just do that as an inner exercise to help you release this. And because the only person that suffers when there's anger is the person who's angry. So it's very interesting, pile 1. What an intriguing reading you've received to sort of connect deeper with your emotions and then release them. Very challenging, but at the same time, it's almost the simplest thing to do at the same time. It's difficult and simple all at once. The instructions are simple. The act of letting go can be made more difficult when we have a strong attachment. Attachment leads to suffering. And so being okay with releasing things and accepting when certain relationships are over, when certain experiences have come to an end, to accept that and to almost just be grateful that the experience, if it was difficult and painful, that it's come to an end. and sometimes being grateful for endings is something that we need to almost be conscious of, right? Wow. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it's resonated, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can find that information in the description box below. Sending you so much love and light, Pile 1. Take care. Happy full moon. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. If you selected the pile with this image on top or the timestamp for Pile 2, you have arrived at your reading. Let's get started. I haven't looked at your cards yet. Let's see what messages are waiting for you, Pile 2. Okay, let me get all the cards out. I haven't had a chance to look, so we'll see what messages. Oh, you got 3 tarot cards. Oh my goodness. Okay. Very interesting so far. You're between 2 worlds, Pile 2. Don't let your past hold you back. Very interesting. Okay. Lots of cards here for you, Pile 2. You got some doubles, triples. Oh boy, look at this. Look at that. Let go. And as I was saying, if you listen to the introduction of this reading, this full moon is really illuminating what we need to release. And you've got let go. You've got don't let your past hold you back. You've got surrender your attachment to outcome or results. And then the interesting thing is there's so many interesting messages here, but when I look at what you received in terms of your tarot cards, you've got the Devil, the Six of Cups, and the Lovers. I mean, talk about needing to let go of a connection from the past. Look at that. And they're all in reverse. So I know this has been a very big struggle. It's a big struggle to let go of this connection from the past that has become unbalanced, and it does not feel like it is in alignment anymore. It feels like a lot of miscommunications, a lot of misunderstandings. Don't let your past hold you back. You are between 2 worlds right now. I can't help but think that, just like this card says here, the answers you seek are coming. Like you're between 2 worlds truly right now. And it's a tug of war between the now and the past. You've got some nostalgic feelings about the past, and you may be really attached to an outcome when it comes to this relationship, but it's interesting. This card says the formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. And I can't help but think that you're seeing that as well, because you might have wanted a certain ending or a certain future even with a certain person, and now you're needing to make a choice. Are you going to hang on to this even though it sort of feels unbalanced, and it's bringing out some of your vices? It's making you feel like, you're sort of feeling compulsive or maybe obsessive about something. I always find that those kind of trigger feelings like obsessiveness and compulsive and sort of feeling like you can't stop thinking about something, like those are panic. That's a form of panic, and it's not a form of inner peace. Like whatever relationship this is, it is not bringing out your inner peace. It's doing the exact opposite of that. And it's bringing you to a place where you almost feel like you can't get a grip on your mind. Like you've got the devil running through your mind and you need freedom from this. It almost feels like you've become addicted or obsessed or compulsive when it comes to this union. And sometimes there are relationships that bring that part of us out. They bring out that vice that we hold, whatever it may be for you. And I feel like you're very loyal. Look at that. Like you've got the loyalty card here. It says, build alliances, you're stronger together, fortify healthy connections, surround yourself with those who inspire you and honor promises. I can't help but feel like Pile 2, you must be a very loyal person. And you must have made a promise to hang in there with someone, but it's not serving you. Something from the past, this past connection is no longer serving you. You are being guided to surround yourself with those who inspire you, who help you thrive, not who keep you in this sort of cat and mouse game. It almost feels like could be a twin flame connection where there's a chaser and a runner. And man, oh man, being in either of those situations can just keep you like that hamster in a wheel, just running, and not going anywhere fast. Do you know what I mean? It's very interesting. It's time to break the chains here. I wonder if you've been dreaming about this. We see the Dream Talk card coming out. It says your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks to you through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach you and communicate with you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. So I wonder if you've been seeing some synchronicities or some signs. You've also got the answers you need are coming and between two worlds. So it's like you're being guided to sort of have this moment of reflection that we see here, where you're able to tap into that subconscious and see what's really going to inspire you. What is really a healthy connection? Are you stronger together or not? I feel like what I'm seeing here is that this need to let go that we saw in the first card out, not letting this past connection keep you in chains. And solar plex here. There's so many cards. I want to just get to all of them all at once. Reflection here says it's time to focus, balance, reflect, and guide yourself past stumbling blocks to take the right action. You definitely have a choice to make here with respect to where you're going to invest yourself. Where do you see your emotional fulfillment? And where do you have rose-colored glasses on potentially, my friends? Do you know what I mean? Like, you might be very nostalgic right now, stuck in the past, and we're seeing this South Node card saying, don't let your past hold you back. This is a time to really be, I think, loyal to yourself, loyal to connections that do serve you, and seeing here the solar light upgrade, solar plex, which is your confidence, your power, your personal power center, guiding you here towards your inner fire and willpower. So really tapping into your willpower to understand this situation a little bit more so that you can sort of forgive and let go. Don't sit and dwell on past decisions. Perhaps you made a past decision to release an unhealthy connection in the past and you haven't been able to stop thinking about it. You haven't been able to stop wondering if this person is coming back or not. It's time to let that go. Seeing the Between Two Worlds cards really does make me feel like you're on the edge of shifting things in a very dramatic way, which is certainly in alignment with this full moon energy. So interesting. Okay, so the other card you received here is the Seeing Beyond card, which is a very interesting one because it really does bring us back into that subconscious world, or using our intuition, really trying to understand things from a different perspective. One where we're actually sort of looking beyond the material world to see, what does this all try to teach me? And I think it's teaching you to let go of your attachment to things that don't serve you. And that, I think you're right on the edge of this. You're just needing a little bit more support and confirmation. I hope this reading is giving you the confirmation you need. This is a time to sort of not worry about the timing of things. Just keep moving forward and to sort of imagine with all of your ability in that subconscious state to imagine or reimagine a vision of what it is that you hold true, and that not to sort of project an outcome and become attached to it, but just to envision and embody the state that you're desiring. So if we're reading this correctly, and this has to do with a past connection, you might want to spend some time sort of imagining, what would it be like if I was in a healthy connection? Not who I'd be with and where I'm going to meet them and what's going to happen, but just like, what would it feel like if I was in a healthy connection? And really try to embody that feeling and sort of remind yourself of that as you imagine it, bringing it into this subconscious state, bringing the subconscious into the conscious so that you can really see beyond what's happening right now, seeing beyond any kind of traps of drama or fear or anything like that, really trying to understand, what is this experience trying to teach me about myself? You know? Like looking at it at face value and then sort of looking at it through that third eye, through that subconscious portal to really reflect on, what would it be like if I was in a relationship that was balanced and strong, and where we honor our promises and we're loyal to one another, and we're inspiring each other to be at our best. Right? That is very, very clearly coming through your reading here. Pile 2, I can't help but think this is about a relationship. One that feels like it's in the past, though. It doesn't feel like it's in the present day. And it's really time to let it go. It's so interesting that first card doesn't even hold back, right? Now, oops. You've got 2 other cards here. The first one is this control issues. So really not trying to control the process, almost just surrendering to what is, and accepting it, and then sort of using your own subconscious to imagine a different situation, to really see what would it feel like if you surrendered your control of this, if you did let it go, if you didn't let your past hold you back, what would that feel like? Says here, utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may be trying to control you, which is an interesting take on it. We do see that devil card. I can't help but think that you are sort of in some chains right now. Like, you are chained up to something that doesn't serve you, and it's time to free yourself of that. We've also got increased support here. It says your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened a doorway to abundance of help and opportunity. I feel like you've just got to let this go, and then a lot of things may shift for you in a way that you don't even expect right now. Again, between 2 worlds, the answers you need are coming. Use your willpower, use your inner fire to guide you, to let go, to build loyal, strong, and inspiring connections that help you feel free, that you don't have to be attached to outcome. You don't have to try to control things or feel like you're under someone else's control. Pile 2, this has been a fascinating reading. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this has resonated for you and brought you some clarity. If it has resonated, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing. If you would like a personal reading, you can find that information in the description box below. All right, my friends, take care. Sending you so much love and light. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the timestamp for pile 3 or the pile that had this image as the top card, you have arrived at your reading. Let's get started. I haven't looked at your cards yet. Let's see what messages you've received here. Okay. Oh my goodness. So interesting. So many interesting cards coming out for you here, pile 3. Wow. Okay. Now I'm going to start with this one here. Let it go. This full moon is illuminating what we need to let go. Excuse me. So I feel like you're being guided to let go of something that is not for you, my friends. And notice this is card 24 and this is card 6, which adds, 22 and 4 add up to 6. This is a very strong connection here. 2 different decks, and letting something go and something that's not for you. It's not for you, my friends. You're really being guided to let something go here. Surrender the drama. It's very interesting. It says here, no matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Stay centered. That will help you resolve the issue more quickly. Now, you are definitely ready for this. It's time. It's time for you to let go of something that's not for you. I mean, the messages are super, super clear right now that this is not for you. There's unnecessary drama here. You're being guided to explore something else. And you're going to do that, my friends. You are ready to have some fun. And I feel like your hard work is going to pay off. And this is the new moon in Capricorn. So it's very interesting. Some hard work is going to be necessary, but I feel like it will pay off, and that you're going to sort of have an acceleration in your process. But it's interesting. It's like you're ready to surrender the drama, to let go of things that aren't for you, and to have some fun, and to put your effort into having fun. You know what I mean? To sort of reclaim that beautiful essence of your innocence. And we see that in the cover card that you picked, which is the perfection card that always guides us to reclaim our innocence and says, you are a child of the universe. Remember your spiritual essence. See the divinity in all beings, and have some fun. It says, stop. When was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly? Something totally unlike you. Something just for the joy of it. It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. So letting go could be, for some here, letting go of a situation, but it could also be letting go of your analytical mind and giving yourself a bit of a break from always feeling like you have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect, pile 3. There is no such thing. It's a complete illusion. And it's very interesting because the crystal angel card you received is one that asks a very interesting question. It says here, busy times in multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being so busy. Have you ever had one of those moments, pile 3, where you keep yourself intentionally busy and distracted so that you don't have to focus on something else? And I think that's what your reading is about. And you're sort of being guided to release all of that, forget about this idea of perfection, and go have some fun. Your hard work is paying off, but I almost feel like right now you're working too hard. And so it's almost time to release some of that and to surrender yourself to just being fascinated with yourself again, and having fun, discovering the thing that sparks joy for you. What is that? What is that thing for you that sparks joy? You've got the Knight of Wands here, so I can't help but think that you are sort of being guided to move towards something that makes you feel passionate and spontaneous, something that makes you feel like a dreamer again, and someone who's pursuing their dreams. And sort of bringing in that imagination. The Knight of Wands often, when I see in the upright, asks the question, what are you inspired by? What do you dream about? What is your greatest inspiration and dream? What is the thing that makes you feel like you're having fun and you're in a moment of joy and bliss, and in a moment of surrender too? There is something here that's not for you, my friends, and I can't help but think it could be that you're keeping yourself really busy because you're wanting to distract yourself, or that it's something that you feel as a belief, and it's limiting you. It's limiting you. Maybe you're surrounded by a dramatic situation or other people that are sort of constantly making you feel that you're at the center of this massive drama, and it feels like that's not for you. It's not serving you. It's not making you feel light. And you could be feeling, or believing anyway, that there's some limits, and that you have to be busy all the time, and that there's no space for fun anymore. This is a very interesting sort of moment to suggest that it's time to release that belief. And you've got the belief card here, beliefs. It says we all have certain beliefs that help us or can trap us and keep us from moving toward creative solutions. And who else will take you towards a creative solution but the Knight of Wands? Absolutely. I feel like you've been working really hard and it's leading to something, but it's like you have to balance this. You have to bring this into balance because you could be trapping yourself. You could be missing something, right? This card here says spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. It's the memories of Atlantis. And you can see the key of life in this card, which is a balance of the feminine and masculine energies. And so I feel like you do need to bring some balance there. Perhaps you're all masculine energy right now and you're just decisions, work, leading, like you're doing a lot of stuff that's getting you somewhere, granted, but what about the rest of your experience? Are you so focused on achieving a goal that you've forgotten to have fun, to enjoy the process? Are you surrounded by so much drama that you almost feel like you have to get things to be perfect? And that can be such a trap. This idea of perfection can really trap us and keep us sort of kind of held hostage almost in a situation that, because there is no perfect. There is no perfect. You might need to release that cord. You know what I mean? So that you can move past that. You might need to forgive. You might need to say thank you. You might need to say I love you. The Ho'oponopono, I hope I'm saying it right, the Hawaiian meditation of I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. It's very much based on that principle of sort of, yes, taking responsibility, but also this idea of shifting our emotional reactions away from judgment and perfection so that we can be liberated. And then I feel like that's what you're being guided to feel liberated so that you can start enjoying yourself again. You're ready for fun. You're ready to let go of things that no longer resonate for you, that make you feel trapped, that make you feel like you're in the middle of a circus of drama. That's not going to serve you right now. I feel like if anything, that will accelerate this desire to just keep plugging away without taking a break, without having any fun, without even enjoying the process. Your homework for this full moon, pile 3, is to find your flame. Find that light within yourself again. Find that inner child and go have some fun. Go frolic. Go play. Remember your spiritual essence. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And so it doesn't all have to be work, multitasking, doing a million things at once when really you could be doing that because you're just trying to escape something else that needs to just be let go of. And then you won't need to escape it anymore. A very interesting reading for you, pile 3. I hope it's been helpful. I'm going to leave it at that. If it has resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. If you would like a personal reading, you can find that information in the description below. I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. Take care. Happy full moon. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. If you selected the pile with this card on the top as the image, or you selected the timestamp for pile 4, you have arrived at your reading. Okay, let's get started. I haven't looked at your cards, so let's see what messages await you. Pile number 4. Let's see here. Oh, you've got a bunch of doubles. Like that. Okay. Lots of messages. Oh my goodness, you got 3 out of this deck. Okay, I just take them as they come. So we'll put those there. Very interesting. We're going to go through all of these together. Let me just get them all out on the table first. Wow. This is amazing, actually. This is quite an amazing reading already. Okay. Wow. Look at all those cards. Let's start with this one. and this one. And this one. We'll take these three. Okay, so why did I pick these? With the first one I wanted to read to you is transformation. So pile 4, you are definitely undergoing a transformation through this full moon energy. You're going to need to take it easy. You might feel the need to rest, so take it. If you pick this pile and you've been exceptionally tired, you need to sort of surrender to the wisdom of your body and get some rest. Listen to whatever your body needs right now. If it needs rest, give it rest. If it wants to take a bath or, have a cleanse here, do it. If you feel the need to sort of clean your house, I can't pick which card I want. They're all the same. So I'll start with this one. It says cleanse. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take some time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean your house, tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. So it's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. That is the first message I will read to you. Now, we also see surrender to sleep and surrender to the wisdom of your body. So again, we're being guided to the body for pile 4. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. So again, listening to the body for signs and synchronicities about how you feel around other people, bringing a cleanse in for the body on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. So we're really connecting to the body here for pile number 4. Surrender to sleep and rest. So if your body is telling you it's time to rest, don't judge it. Don't call yourself lazy. Don't do that. Just sort of embrace what your body needs and give it to it, right? It says here to prevent burnout, slow down. Honor the need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. So don't judge yourself for needing that. Your body knows what it needs. It's very intelligent. Now, we see transformation, which was initially the card I wanted to start with, but this reading is really focused on the body. It says here, allow the energy of fear to be transformed by love, creativity, and compassion. I can't help but think that you are definitely clearing out some old stories, this Akashic Records card. You are at a fork in the road and you really need to go with the flow on this. You really need to tap into what you're feeling on an intuitive and even a physical level. So like we saw, your body is talking to you, spirit is talking to you to help you release these past lives, to clear out old stories from the inner child or even beyond from past lives, to understand what you're sort of being guided to do next. This is a very powerful moment. I'm just looking at the other cards here. We see here a personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like you are coming into a resolution when it comes to something transformative. Something very transformative is clearing right now, and I feel like there's some stuff you need to do. You are at a fork in the road, so you are going to have to make some sort of directional choice here. And I feel like from looking at all of these cards that your body is going to guide you. You're going to know intuitively, physically, emotionally, you're going to know what to do when the time is right. We see the Hermit here as well. So it's going to take some reflection. You might need to sort of sit like that. The sleep and rest card suggested, to find some quiet time so that you can understand this transformation and to tap into your soul's power. Ooh, this card says here, always remember you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. So really tapping into that is going to serve you. And taking care and nurturing the body with sleep, with rest, with food, with quiet, with inner peace. I feel like you're going to understand what you're being guided towards. We see here, look for a sign and to the sea. This is very interesting. You may be already feeling a lot of synchronicities. You might be seeing a lot of signs and messages all around you trying to come through because you're really being guided here. We see here the self-confidence through God confidence, which is again this idea that, you're experiencing life through God and God is experiencing life through you. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, the soul power, right? You're a soul that comes with a body. So taking care of all parts of yourself, right? The spiritual connection, the physical connection, the emotional connection. And here we see believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So there is this idea of a divine connection really coming through strong here for you in this reading. Now, we also received 3 of these oracle cards. So I want to go through them one by one with you. They're very interesting. Let's start with the first one, number 4, which is great and full. Sort of looks like the Ace of Cups, don't you think? And it's very much a time of being mindfully grateful and saying, I am enough. And oops, sorry, I just tipped over my cup. My own cup of coffee just fell. It's okay, it was empty. But this is really a time of sort of seeing that you're enough and letting go of attachments that no longer serve you, right? Holding on to that feeling of gratitude is what's going to be sort of the most fulfilling for you right now. And to focus on that there's always enough, that you're enough, and that the world is infinitely abundant. This is great and full. This really does feel like surrendering to this beautiful Ace of Cups, this beautiful sort of holy grail, if you will, that is bursting with opportunity, enlightenment, abundance, prosperity, and sort of letting go of this idea that things have to be limited and letting go of things that say you're not enough and there isn't enough and we must fight and compete for everything. Very interesting that you're being guided towards that sort of breakthrough idea. You know what I mean? That you can have your manifestations. You sort of have to embody that a gratitude vibration in order to access that abundance. And that might be why we're seeing this to the Sea card, where it's sort of this idea of really tapping into that divine flow and being grateful, being really, really grateful. Now, this card, number 37, is an interesting one because we see here it's the Oracle's gift. Now, this is also a cup. When I show you the card, you'll see it looks like a coffee cup. It's a mug, right? So you've got the Ace of Cups here in the form of a chalice, and you've got this other cup here. So this is about your ability to sort of understand signs from the universe. And this idea that when the Oracle's gift comes, will you recognize it? Or will you be distracted? Right? Will you be distracted? Or will you see the opportunity for transformation when it appears? You've got the look for a sign card. You've got the go with the flow here to the Sea, and this idea of this abundance that awaits you and always feeling enough and grateful. This is fascinating to see them all coming together. This is a sign for you to trust your capacity, that you will know what to do. When you get to this fork in the road, you will know exactly what you need to do. Let this oracle be a sign to you that reminds you that, the light within you creates miracles. And the magic inside you, outside you, all around you is also within you. You know what I mean? That you are irrevocably tied to the divine essence of our universe because you're made of it, right? And I feel like this reading is guiding you to remember that connection, And man, when I say remember, I'm drawn to looking at this Akashic Records. I can't help but think that you will be sort of, you're going to be receiving some sort of transmission through your crown chakra, through your physical body even. It's very interesting. I feel like you're going to be creating a lot of space so that you can quiet down and hear the signs and messages carefully. And I feel like it's going to be very transformative. We see here a powerful move, which is the third card that you received from this deck. And this is really a time of movement with purpose. This is a time of taking sort of the hermit here to understand the wisdom of what's happening and then make a move that is loaded with purpose and intention, right? Making choices from a very empowered and thoughtful place. But I feel like you need, before you can do that, I feel like you're going to need the rest and the cleanse, right? You're going to need to clear, like this Akashic Records card said too. You're almost going to need to clear out anything that feels limited or blocked, or like it's not enough, or it's scarce, or it's sitting in lack. You've got to clear all of that out. Nourish yourself, nourish your body, rest, relax, find peace so that you can interpret what's coming for you here. There's going to be so many signs. You're really going through a transformation here. This is a moment of transformation, and it feels like it's divinely supported. That there's some issue that will come to resolution. You will make some powerful movement here for yourself with purpose, with intention, and it's very empowered. It's a very positive change for you right now, and it feels like it's moving rather quickly. So I feel like you would be best served for this full moon to take some time to listen to your body and slow right down. Really interesting. This was the card you selected if you use this card to select your pile. And it's the Divine Feminine, right? So really grounded, very tapped in, nourishing, sensual. It's sensitive, and it's cultivating something bigger. It's growing something. It's like you're birthing something here. The Divine Feminine card says, embrace your sensitivity, express your sensuality, reclaim your inner sovereignty, cultivate and nurture beauty in the world around you. You are worthy of love. Your grace is your power. This is amazing. I mean, really surrendering here. Pile 4 is really surrendering to their divine feminine energy, creating space to clear old stories, reaching a resolution by sort of cleansing the mind, body, and soul of anything limited, anything sitting in lack or scarcity, sort of being focused on gratitude and paying attention to the signs, because I feel like you're going to have a choice to make very soon that could resolve an issue for you. If there's some issue, I feel like you're going to know exactly how to resolve it. This is very, very interesting. I hope it's resonated for you, Pile 4. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it has resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. And if you would like a personal reading, that information can be found in the description below. All right, my friends, I'm sending you so much love and light. Happy full moon. Take care.